You had a jaw pain, Francoise, that you said on a 0 to 10 scale was like a 30 or something like that. I mean, it was major, major, major pain. Describe it some, could you?
It was like a tightness in the muscle, and which was spreading all over, up to the temples, down to the jaw, and back again, and very hard. It was not a tooth, as I thought at the beginning.
Okay, so, but it was a muscle pain, jaw pain, but
I didn't know exactly. It was horrible.
Yeah, okay. And how long had this pain been going on?
It started step by step, maybe 2 months ago, when I was drinking cold or eating cold things. I feel pain at the place I had before. I tell you about my tooth in the past.
Yeah, I'd heard about that. Yeah, but
it was supposed to be pulled out with having antibiotics, and I said no. It was 10 years ago. I said no, and I did at the time tapping for 45 minutes, and my tooth is still here, never pulled out.
Okay.
So I imagine it was maybe back again, but not. It was just around the.
Okay. So it wasn't actually the tooth. It was another issue. It had to do with muscles and jaw and this kind of thing. Yeah. But it had been going on for, do I understand, gradually building for 2 months?
Yeah, 2 months. And sometimes, as I was inviting dancing therapists, I did optimal. Sometimes I did tapping. And it will go. It was not high at the time. It was just maybe a pain like 3. But it was like when you do chasing the pain, moving and stop and gone. But the next day back again.
Okay. All right. So on this one day, how long ago was this one day when it was?
Last week, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Okay. So it got to this extraordinarily, excruciatingly, you call it a 30 on a scale of 0 to 10 pain. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, had you been to doctors about this or anybody else?
Not at all. But I was saying I need to go to a doctor because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's from my brain. Maybe I didn't know. I was anxious about this.
Okay. But did you go to doctors?
No.
Okay, you didn't go. Okay. Now, the story gets interesting here, okay? Because you now want to do some EFT, some primarily optimal EFT. And interestingly enough, your grandson, I pronounce it Jules. How do you pronounce it?
We say Jules in French, but you can say Jules. Sometimes I call him Jules.
Okay, all right. And how old is Jules?
He turned 7 last month.
Turned 7, okay. But he has learned EFT, the tapping form, and bringing in the unseen therapist. I think you call it the light and this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And interestingly, if I recall our previous conversation, Francoise, Jules does not have any disbelief in this product. He just believes it works.
He believes it works.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, he's both the tapping form and the unseen therapist form. He's used it. It works. So as far as he's concerned, it just works, right?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. He doesn't have resistance in the way.
Not at all. He knows that it works.
Okay. So you were in great pain, if I remember the story well. And Jules said that he would help you, and he was over in the hallway someplace.
At first, he was in the dining with me, but he said, "You're crying, Mommy." I said, "Yes, it's so painful. Let's do EFT together." That's all. So
he does it his way.
Yeah.
Which is you told me previously wasn't all that accurate. He was doing some tapping and then bringing in an unseen therapist and try to.
Back in.
And you were doing some as well, but can't remember exactly what you did because the pain was so much.
Yeah.
But how long did it take for the pain to go from a 30 to a 0?
5 minutes, 4 minutes. I don't know because I was I was so stunned. Oh yes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. I don't know. It's very
Okay.
short time.
So
And
4 or 5 minutes, it goes to 0.
to zero.
Okay. Now,
Absolutely.
yeah. And that was 2 weeks ago. Has it showed up since?
2 weeks ago, and
I'm,
nothing at all.
okay. So it went to 0 and stayed 0 for now for the 2 weeks.
Yep.
Okay, great. Now, see, that's in the category of what I'm tending to call impossible, because I suppose a doctor could give you some shot, some kind of pain killing shot or some kind of painkiller pill, but those tend to work temporarily. Okay, and they tend to have side effects sometimes, and other things that we really don't want in the system. So I would put that in the category of impossible, in that medicine or any other man-made method couldn't do what the unseen therapist was able to do. Okay. Now, those are my words. Would you agree with that?
That's true. And what's more, I'm very curious about what you think about kids and their capacity to have this. I really was stunned. I said, it's thanks to him, I think.
Well, that's a really good question. And the real issue there is because the children tend to have less resistance to these things. We're adults. We've been around a long time. We know what works and what doesn't work. We have our beliefs, and
Talking everything.
Kids don't have that. They just have fantasies, etc. And when you bring in the unseen therapist, not for every child, but for many children, it's just a very natural thing.
Exactly. That's natural for him.
Yeah. So they may be some of our best healers out there. They may be a lot better than us educated adults. We shall see. Okay. As adults, we have to do a lot of practicing to get in touch with the unseen therapist and use her skills well and so on. Some of the kids, boop.
Yeah, and he knows because they have been using it since he was born. I used the EFT for him. So
yeah. So okay. All right, Francois. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you, Gary, too.
All right. See you later.
See you later.